in the driver's seat now for 2 weeks left.
There you go. Me and
Look
the
at that.
Steelers. Me and the
Came from
Steelers. We
behind. I
control
was
our
holding you
destiny.
off as long as I could. Damn.
Yeah. Don't worry.
names.
Don't worry.
Don't worry.
I'm just like the Steelers. I'm inconsistent. So.
You're inconsistent.
What do you think they're gonna do against the Saints? I think it's gonna be a total letdown.
I don't know if it's gonna be a total letdown. They're. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I could go either way with like a win or a loss, but I mean, this could be a kind of a turn the tide game too as well. I think there's at least potential for that.
Well, I mean,
with the way the defense played against a pretty good offense, or a good, someone that typically has had our number or the Steelers' number.
You never know. They could win. They could win. They could get blown out. Who knows with this team?
Last time they won after a loss, they reeled off 6 wins. So let's see if that can happen again.
Yeah. I mean, what if this is the
confidence they needed, the confidence game they needed?
What was the game? What was that year? Was it 2009 or 2000? I think it was 2009, where they were like 7-5, and then they just
that's what it was. They railed off,
rattle off
5 or 6 games to win.
I just remember the Chicago game when
the Bettis
ran over
Hall of Fame, 2 Hall of Famers colliding, and Bettis got the better of it. And
that
kind of just solidified. Like, I don't know, it was just like one of those things, like giving them the attitude they needed.
It's why Urlacher has hair now. He Bettis knocked the hair into him.
That's funny, yeah.
Oh, man. So, yeah.
I don't know. It'll be interesting. It's never easy to win in the Superdome, but the Saints are kind of slowed down a little bit themselves. They're not really reeling off the 40, 50 points anymore.
Who knows? Yeah, I mean it's.
I mean, if Connor's back, which I'm hoping. I mean, I think he's relatively close to playing this week. It looked like he was at least questionable till the end of the week. If he plays, then you can have a good chance of trying to do what they did today. They did a good job. We didn't talk about either of the ball control, keeping the Patriots off the field on offense.
It drove me crazy these past few games where they just would not pass, that they would not run the ball.
Oh, yeah,
and it just, people say, well, you don't need to run the ball if you have, effective passing, blah, blah, blah. It's the same as a running game. Like, no, because if the other team knows you're passing it every time, you're predictable.
The one problem I have with how they do that a lot is, if it's like 2nd and 2 or something, or 3rd and 2, they don't even like pretend like they're going to run the ball. Even if you throw the ball, put a running back there and make them think you're going to run the ball, then they got to guess a little bit. Exactly. Don't have an empty set. That drives me absolutely crazy.
Play action.
Yeah, play action. They haven't play action all year because they starting a shotgun and they have a guy next to you. And I get it. You're confident in your quarterback and stuff, but sometimes something like that will just be all you need. And to make a difference or whatever in like a play or making a first down. So, I mean, but if they can do something like that and keep, Breeze from, I even said that, and I don't know, it really didn't have any effect on the game, but I even said, I'm like, all right, if the Patriots were going to score that first drive, at least it was quick. But I was like, because I'm like, if we go back down and have a nice long drive again, maybe we can keep the defense a little bit tired and keep Brady off the field, because typically that's a bad thing for the Steelers.
That's the thing. It's like, why can't you understand that if you run the ball, you're eating time on the clock, and that's time that is the other team is not on the field. It's it's the same as having it's the equivalent of having a good defense. If you're not able to if the other team is not able to be on the field, you're winning then. So why can't you understand this?
Yeah, I mean that's one of the things. It's not like the Steelers can't run the ball. That's the frustrating thing, is they can when they try or have in the past. It's not like they have some 3rd string running back that's back there. I mean, they got Connor, and I mean Samuels was kind of like who knows, but maybe he has a little bit to him now after today's game.
But that's all you need. It's
one of the top lines too. Like they should get some holes for people.
Right. I mean, when they were winning all those games, maybe you can, maybe you can't, but their record when they have a balanced attack and when they run a lot is much better than when they barely run at all and they're just passing all the time.
Oh,
So
definitely. And I know those win-loss records can be a little bit skewed because if you're down, like 20-0 early, then obviously you're going to be thrown to come back, but you're already in a hole. But
yeah,
they haven't been like that. I don't even know if this is a correct stat, but my brother was saying that he saw there's only one game this year that the Steelers were losing in halftime. I don't know if that's true. If that's true, and I think he said it was a Jacksonville game. We came back and won that game. So it's not like they've been playing from behind very often. Even the Chiefs game, they tied it, I think, at halftime.
it's possible. It's
And I'm like,
possible
that's
they might have
crazy.
at
I didn't even
least.
realize that. So they're in all these games. They are capable, I think, of beating anyone, anytime. Maybe not anywhere, but anyone, anytime.
Yeah, and they're
Especially at
capable
home.
they're capable of losing to anyone, anywhere,
Yeah,
anytime.
they've proven that.
That's the thing.
But they're in every game they've lost relatively close. They haven't been blown out. Sometimes it might be from some coaching mistakes or being outplanned, outcoached, second half things. But I think this game can give them a whole lot of confidence moving forward, though.
It all came together today. You got to give the coaching credit. You got to give the defense credit. You got to give everybody. It was just a total awesome team effort, and
Other than the kicker.
other than even
well,
the,
actually, he did make
kicker
it. No, I don't have. I'm glad he made the second one, so at least he didn't miss both of them. If he missed both of them, then
was the
he would have
cheer
a pink slip
when
probably, right?
when he made the extra point, like the first extra point, it was like, oh my god, he made.
I know that was like the loudest cheer, I think, and then like,
that's our low expectations.
But if he missed that last field goal, it would have been like the movie Major League. He would have went to his locker, and there would have been a pink slip.
Yeah. Oh,
I think.
man, that'll be.
And if you told me if we discussed this and anyone said, "Oh yeah, I'm going to predict the Steelers will win, but it's going to be 17-10," I'd have been like, "You're insane."
The over-under, I believe, was 55 or something like that. So, yeah, that's what everybody was predicting. Everybody was predicting like some high-scoring game. Nobody predicted 17-10.
And I also said that on the way out, we were discussing the game with people and everything. I'm like, this felt like a playoff type of win as far as like how the game went. It's not 50-40. You actually played some defense. Things didn't always go your way offensively, so you had to kind of like go back and forth. It just had that kind of feel. Like this is what usually in the playoffs the games aren't 35-32 or 40-35. Occasionally you get those games, but
I mean, it has to do a lot for their psyche that they finally beat them. This is how the Capitals felt in the playoffs when they finally beat the Penguins. Like when you beat somebody over and over and over again. That's what when I was talking to the New England people, I said you can't call us a rivalry. Yes, they play every year. You can't call us a rivalry. Even a hammer doesn't have a rivalry with a nail. Well, this time the nail won.
Yeah, I would say it's always a rivalry for the team that's losing all the time.
Yeah,
like the Browns and Steelers, but the team that's winning, you're like, I don't really see it as a rivalry. Although the games are close and things like that, and sometimes they're meaningful. So
it just felt so good. It felt, oh man, it just.
Yeah, they were like, here we go, Steelers chants in the bathroom going on when we're in the bathroom on the way out. I mean, people are like high fiving. I'm like, you just went to the bathroom. I don't want to high five you until you.
Yeah, I know. Did you wash your hands?
Yeah, did you wash your hands? Oh, you got gloves on? All right, that's not good.
Ew.
But yeah, it was definitely a happy atmosphere. And maybe the coaches learned a little bit about what they're doing right, and they'll use it that way going forward, at least defensively and stuff, late in games with the lead.
Could be.
I mean, they did make it close. I mean, you're not going to count Brady and the Patriots out or a team like that from actually making it a tough game. But
another thing that was brought up was what does this mean for a team that has, Le'Veon Bell was a star. Connor has been a star all year. And look what Samuels just did. Yeah. Like, what do they all have in common? The offensive line. Like, how much of this is all just the offensive line just being that superior, and that's why the running game is so good?
It's part of it. I mean, I wouldn't say it's like every week in and week out. Like I said, I think they kind of underachieved in Oakland for whatever reason. But, I mean, they're one of the highest paid offensive lines, I think, overall for a reason. I think Gilbert's going to be a cap casualty next year because he keeps getting hurt.
Right. He's never.
And we have a guy ready to step in who's been playing really good this year. So
Mike Munchak can never leave.
Yes, they must make even if let's say they don't get rid of any coaches where he needs to get a promotion to like an assistant coach or something.
Exactly.
Because he's earned it, and it seems like the line likes him and the team likes him, and
he can never leave because he takes anybody. I think even Chooks Okafor at like that one game that he had to be in.
Yeah, he did
was
well.
pretty good.
He was blocking Von Miller, I think.
Right. He neutralized Von Miller. So
and he only got one sack because he was way off sides and they didn't call it.
Right. So Mike Munchak can never leave. But just stay there forever. All right, man. Let's
that's good stuff.
Let's do this again.
We hope Coach is alive after celebrating because it sounded like he was out celebrating the victory.
This is what it felt like when after Return of the Jedi, when the Empire was defeated.
Oh yeah, he's at the Ewok village. Is that what
I was gonna say? I feel like dancing with Ewoks right now. Like
he's dancing with Ewoks.
Where's C-3PO? Let's do it. Let's do it.
If he's really dancing with Ewoks, I don't know what kind of other social activities he might have been doing after the game.
That's probably Lawrenceville or something. Who knows?
Thanks for listening. We'll be back sometime this week. I don't know. I'm still so happy about the Steelers winning. We'll probably talk about that some more. Talk about the Penguins. Maybe do some Christmas stuff. I don't know. It's my own damn show. I can do whatever I want. Talk to you later. Another episode is in the bag.
Special or coffee?